everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm sorry that this is conflicting with the Nintendo stream. I appreciate those of you who chose Beyond the Trailer. I didn't mean to make you choose. It's a selfish choice. But that's the unfortunate situation. I have a lot of stuff to do, so I couldn't delay it. And a lot of you were already in the room, and so I didn't want to push it at the last second. So for others, though, I apologize. Also, I saw someone say, you got to update the badges. Let me tell you a little bit about that. That's very sweet of you, Nathan. A little bit of the problem is that they allow you to have badges on YouTube, and then they do not give you any ability to create a badge. So I don't know how to make a badge. I got my first batch from someone I was working with at the time that I started up my channel, but I don't have that anymore. I don't have that capability. So I don't know how I would make badges for you guys. Like, I wish that there was like a tool and I could do it myself, but I can't. I don't know how to make badges. So, and I contacted the person who makes the emojis for Disney, by the way, because I was like, those are adorable. Can you make me some badges? You know, let me see how much it costs. And they were like, I'm sorry, I'm an exclusive to Disney only. And I thought, good for them. But I thought that was a funny story. All right, so anyway, thank you so much for joining me. If anyone ever finds a place where you can make a badge, make these little emojis, if you can find someone who makes emojis, please send that information my way, because I would love to have more emojis for you guys. I'd love to have the badges change more than twice. So it's a little bit complex. Mika, just like I tweeted, I'm not going to make a Black Adam video because we don't know who Marwan Kenzari is playing. You know, I thought it would be Dr. Fate, but it's been reported by some scoopers that it's going to be the villain. So, there's nothing to cover right now. So as soon as they have some clarification there, we shall discuss more. All right, so I can't get your information here. If you're a graphic designer, that's lovely. If you can make emojis, please DM me your information, your rates, and some samples of your work. Thank you very much. All right, so thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. The way live streams work is that I will cover 3 stories, and then at the end, for the final 10 minutes of the stream, you may ask me anything that you would like. And then, of course, I'll do a couple of quick shout-outs at the end. This is the final stream of the week, except for WandaVision, which will be at 3 a.m. On Friday. I'm very excited for it, 3 a.m. Friday morning. I have not seen any of the leaks. None of them have come my way, and I'm not actively seeking them out because I don't want to see them. I want to be able to enjoy the reveals. Somebody said that the leaks were ruining, my reactions because I already knew what I was going to see. So I want to just experience it the way it is. They're supposedly showing some kind of clip of WandaVision tomorrow morning on Good Morning America, which Holden just referenced. It must be a doozy because I think, and also, are people not watching WandaVision that they need to advertise it like this? So let's just see what happens. I don't anticipate making a video about the clip because hey, Noel Leon, thanks for joining. If you join during a stream, you get a shout out like Chris Christopher just did. But, I'm going to be dedicating all of Friday morning to covering WandaVision so I don't see myself, unless it's a huge reveal. Although I can't see them doing that. I just can't see them doing that, a huge reveal, like they would ruin it. But maybe, I don't know. Let's see. If it's a really, really big reveal, I'll cover it. But I have to do the Mortal Kombat trailer. So I got a lot of stuff I got to do. It's a lot of trailers, a lot of balancing, a lot of plates, and it's wonderful. It's so nice to have stuff going on again. All right, so let's get going. All right, here we go. I know that someone on Reddit wrote that episode 7 of WandaVision will be 38 minutes long. Hey, Tyler Marquis. But the thing is, you have to remember they have about 7 to 8 minutes of credits. So that means it's probably about 30 minutes long. That's how long that probably is. All right, so first story of the day. That's right, Dancing Dog 60. Boop. All right, so story number 1. Hey, Giovanni Napoles. I'm sure I mispronounced your last name. I apologize. And Marco DeVecchi. That's great. Nice. Thanks you for joining. So Netflix snagged themselves another one. They snagged themselves another top talent for the streaming service. Although, I don't know if you can top Leonardo DiCaprio. That was an amazing get. But they've got Tim Burton. So it was revealed like a month or so ago that Tim Burton was shopping an Addams Family project around to all the streamers, and everybody, of course, wanted it. And Netflix, because they have a bottomless pit of money, won the show. So we got a little bit more information about it today, and I have mixed feelings about it, and I'm curious to how you feel. So it's not just about the Addams Family, but it's specifically about Wednesday Addams, and that you can see that's the poster for it there, Wednesday. And it's going to be following her at her school. She's going to be going to the Nevermore Academy. Now, that poster really reminds me a lot of Umbrella Academy. Not just because she's playing a violin, or I think in that case it's a cello, but, you know, it just seems very, like, it just seems Umbrella Academy to me, but also very Sabrina with the going to school element. I also feel like there's a little bit of a series of unfortunate events element to it as well. And not only that, speaking of those shows, this version of Wednesday Addams will have superpowers. What? She's going to have emerging psychic abilities. Now, of course, well, but it involves telekinesis, because, telepathy is good, but I only like it as a package with telekinesis, quite frankly. So I don't know how I feel about giving Wednesday Addams superpowers. And while she has her superpowers, she's going to thwart a killing spree at the local town and solve a supernatural mystery that her parents are embroiled in. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if people will be interested in a Wednesday Addams show versus the entire family. But maybe, because the family obviously will show up, but as side characters. So I don't know. It could work. I think casting will be key. Kiernan Shipka was a huge reason that Sabrina worked. She was such a great Sabrina. I believe it's live action, Sean, because Tim Burton will be directing. So that's a pretty big deal in and of itself. And also, Tim Burton has a knack for discovering actresses. He, of course, discovered Winona Ryder. He did a lot with Christina Ricci, who, in fact, played Wednesday Addams for Barry Sonnenfeld. And, in fact, I feel bad for Christina Ricci. I don't know if anybody saw Pan Am. That's actually the show that Margot Robbie got her start in the United States. But Christina Ricci was on that show, too. And she actually is a great adult actress. And I feel bad she can't get any work these days because she's really quite talented. So I don't think this seems like a slam dunk to me, but I think there is something here. Also, if I were any streaming executive, Addams Family meets Tim Burton, I would definitely want that. But I feel like they're just using the Addams brand, the Addams Family brand, and then trying to force that on. It's like a more current show. It seems like a lot of the other content that's out there. It's a little bit like what they did with Riverdale, right? And they tried to make that darker, but that was like the first one to really do that. But that's kind of what I feel this seems like to me. So what do you guys think? Joey, I see there are some other Pan Am fans here. I really enjoyed Pan Am. Sean Valentine also watched it. It was good stuff. Oh, Roy likes this idea. Damon Terrell says, I love the Addams Family, but I hate the synopsis. But I do have faith in Tim Burton. Damon, I'm pretty much on the exact same page as you. Holden Stamper says it feels like it could be done without the Addams branding. I agree. I think that's a big problem. If you don't need it to be about the Addams Family, should you have it be about the Addams Family? Patrick O'Donnell says, I love Addams Family, I'll tune in. Look, you guys are already sold on it because of the Addams Family connection. So money well spent for Netflix. So that's the first story of the day. So we'll see who they cast in the show. I think it's going to be a big deal. The casting will, I think, be key. But they're making another animated Addams Family movie that's supposed to be coming out. That's a lot of Addams Family. I wonder if the brand can handle this much exposure. All right, so story number 2. Boop. Can you believe that? That's Aquaman and Mira. What the heck is that? All right, so this is an image that hit the internet today, and at first I thought it couldn't be real because nobody really covered it. Hey, hero here. Nobody really covered it except what's on HBO Max, which is a Twitter channel that isn't associated with HBO Max. So I was like, maybe it's fake. I hoped it was fake because I didn't see any of the trades cover it. But apparently it was released during the TCA presentation today, and that's for advertisers. So that's a real thing. So maybe it is real. So what is this? I mean, it's so bad. But maybe not. We're going to discuss. So this is called Aquaman, King of Atlantis. Will be a 3-episode animated series for HBO Max. They said it was a web series in some places, though. So I'm like, what's that mean? Hey, Chris J. Films. But it's executive produced by James Wan, who of course is getting Aquaman 2 ready to shoot. They're like actually assembling in the UK. They're getting, I think they're now shooting in the UK. They're getting ready to do that. And so that show is moving ahead. I mean, that movie's moving ahead. So I guess they want to remind people about Aquaman. Although this next to the Harley Quinn animated series, it's like, come on. Although Aquaman, by the way, on that show is hilarious. Hey, Mecky Powell. So this is what they're going to be getting here. Now, this reminds me of how they changed the Mickey Mouse cartoons, to make them more like SpongeBob SquarePants. And I have to say, at first I was appalled, but I've come to really like those cartoons. So I feel like this has an energy to it that might work, that maybe will get more people interested in it. I mean, I'm sure they market tested it, the heck out of this. I'm sure they ran it by a little focus group of children and were like, what do you think of this? And they liked this, I guess. I mean, it's hard to believe that anybody would like it. The thing that's the oddest thing to me is that these two characters look nothing like Jason Momoa and Amber Heard. Even this kind of version of them. I'm like, that's short hair, and Jason Momoa's Aquaman has long hair. And, Mira is very much a beautiful princess. She's very much a Disney princess. They really took that. And I know some of you brought this up. You were like, they keep copying Disney princesses over at DC with Wonder Woman, and I'm adding Mira. So how is that the same as Cruella being like Joker? And I think that, as I said in my breakdown, it is a fine line. You can have nods to this stuff. It would be the same as if Wonder Woman didn't just copy that, using the sequence where she rescues Steve Trevor from the water and modeling it after where Ariel rescues Eric from the water was very clever. But it had different dialogue, right? And then the movie diverged. So, I mean, it had a little bit of a fish out of water aspect to it, but it would be as if Wonder Woman had a friend who was a crab, or like a crab-like creature who hung out with her and like followed her around to man's world. And then she was singing songs and doing stuff like that. Then you'd be like, that's just basically the Little Mermaid, but in Wonder Woman clothing. So that's the issue that, that's what we're talking about. And obviously, people disagree on where that line is between homage and copying. So that's making the Cruella conversation very interesting. I thought it was funny that some people felt that I had created this comparison when in fact I was reporting on something that was trending on Twitter all morning. People are like, how dare you introduce this into the world? And I'm like, Disney's Joker and Harley Quinn and all this stuff have been trending all morning with Cruella. And I saw tons of sites carrying that headline. But for some reason, as always, I get the most heat. It made me a little sad because I was very sad that Cruella got so much hate. And there was like another controversy, like it was immediately divisive. And it's like all female-led movies this year have been just so divisive. And I was wondering, I was like, is it because I'm a female reporter? I always am loath to play that card, but I'm like, is there just something about women that's like a lightning rod for some reason? It's just weird. And I said I didn't even have a problem with it. I was like, yeah, it's kind of copying Joker, but I think that's funny. I thought it was great. I still think the movie looks good. They're just copying Joker. So, own it. I mean, they're very obvious about it. So whatever, it's cool. But some people were like genuinely offended about it, which I thought was hilarious. Ivan says Black Widow is not that divisive. Give it time, Ivan. I mean, I hope that Black Widow can avoid that. But I don't know. No one's been able to date. No one. It's terrifying. Let's see. I hope nothing happens when the movie hits. I hope that it's controversy free. So anyway, let's see what happens with this cartoon. Maybe it'll be hilarious, but I got to tell you, I think it's going to be it's going to be difficult for like adult fans to like this. Although maybe HBO Max doesn't care. Maybe they're like, you already like Aquaman. We want children to be excited about Aquaman too. So that's what the point of this cartoon is. So that's the other thing. You have to realize sometimes, well, what is the point of this? Although if it's ridiculed too much, then it could be a problem. But I don't know. I think that children will watch this cartoon, maybe love it, but then show up at Aquaman 2 and be like, what the heck is this? Hey, Heather S. That could be another problem. All right, so that'll be like an opposite thing where children and adults are fighting over how Aquaman and Mira should look. All right, so I like this third story of the day. So Regina King is really on a roll, boy. She's been acting for quite some time, decades. And, she seemed a little bitter in her Saturday Night Live performance. And at first I felt bad because she said, oh, no white audiences know who I am except for Watchmen and this show and my monologue right now. And I felt bad because I was like, I've known who you are for a long time, Regina King. I particularly liked her work on Southland, and I've been following her for a long time. And I saw a lot of people on Twitter, mentioning Acela just did 227. Like, a lot of people know who Regina King is. So I felt kind of bad about that. But then I was looking at her biography because I was like, I'm sure I know her from more than Southland because, she's been on my radar for like a long time. But Southland is like, whenever I think of Regina King, I think of how good she was on Southland. And Watchmen, of course. But I think I really came to really appreciate her as an actress on Southland, so that's always where I go to. But yes, she was in Miss Congeniality too, Sean Turner. So anyway, I looked at her resume, and she's been working for so long and has been in so many big movies. I think she probably resents that her co-stars, I think she was like in one of the Legally Blonde films. Yeah, Legally Blonde too, said Sean Molina. And probably to watch actresses like Reese Witherspoon and Sandra Bullock rocket to the top of Hollywood while she had to take the long route probably made her really upset. So I therefore was like, okay, Regina King, I understand, it's all good. But I'm a huge fan of hers. I think she's really, really talented. She's just so fantastic. But she's been on a roll lately. She won the Oscar for If Beale Street Could Talk. She did Watchmen. She directed One Night in Miami, where she is nominated for the Golden Globes as a director, one of 3 women. She's part of making history there. And also, she just hosted Saturday Night Live. Sure, their ratings dipped a little bit, but she did it. So I'm very happy for her, and I'm excited for her, this new project that she just got. So, although it's frustrating for some other actresses of color. It's tough business. So Regina King is going to star as Shirley Chisholm, who is the woman on the bottom left. Now, a lot of people, unfortunately, don't know who Shirley Chisholm is, unless you watched Mrs. America on Hulu or FX on Hulu, which was an amazing show that nobody watched. That's the show with Cate Blanchett as I forget the name of who Cate Blanchett played, but I remember Shirley Chisholm. Also, Rose Byrne played Gloria Steinem. Sarah Paulson was on the show. I mean, it was just a really amazing show. And Shirley Chisholm was a supporting character played by Uzo Aduba, who played Crazy Eyes on Orange is the New Black. And that's her in the role right there. And so I felt a little bad when I saw this headline that nobody would watch Mrs. America because everybody was just going to go and see this movie. I was like, darn it, Mrs. America. I'm so glad so many of you saw it. Maybe people did see it, but it just hasn't gotten enough. Phyllis Schlafly. Thank you, Cameron Cox. I mean, it was just really an incredible show. It was just really, really good. So, and Uzo Aduba did a fantastic job. Although, to be fair, Shirley Chisholm wasn't the focus of the series. She was, again, a secondary character. Now, for those of you who don't know who she is, Hocus Pocus just pointed out she was the first black congresswoman, but she also was the first black woman to run for president. She might have been the first African-American period to run for president. Let me look this up. Hold on. Many of you might know, but let me just look it up. Yeah, the first African-American candidate in general, male or female. And that's a really big deal. And she ran a pretty darn good campaign. So I'm also upset with history for not letting me know who Shirley Chisholm is up until I watched Mrs. America. I took a lot of American history classes, and the fact that I never heard of Shirley Chisholm until I watched Mrs. America is really damning on the American education system. I see some people question, there was a horrible, disturbing article about how in this state, I forget what state it was, that parents could have their children opt out of Black History Month, which I thought was absolutely disgusting. And it's like, yeah, they should definitely be learning it so they would know about stuff like this. So it's like really, really important. Every time someone's like, oh, we don't have to make such a big deal about it. And then you're like, but look at this huge omission. So we do have to make a big deal about it. So I'm glad that there's going to be a movie. Nothing teaches people about something important like a movie. That's why Hollywood has such an important job. So, but on that note, there was already a movie in development about Shirley Chisholm, which Denai Guerrero was supposed to star in. So, aka Okoye from the Black Panther movies. So her movie probably is not going to go forward, I would think, because How is she going to compete with Oscar winner Regina King in a movie written and directed by John Ridley, who did 12 Years a Slave? He wrote 12 Years a Slave. I mean, it's impossible. Most recently, he's known for writing the new Batman comic. And I have to say, he's doing as good a job as possible, but I think he was kind of set up to fail with that project. So I felt bad about that. But anyway, he's going to write and direct this. And he's done some directing, but mostly on TV so far. He started out as a film screenwriter, and that's really smart. You know, he got some directing experience with television, and now he's going to do this movie. I think it's a great idea. I think everyone should know who Shirley Chisholm is. I loved her storyline in Mrs. America, played by Uzo Aduba, and I think that Regina King will do a phenomenal job. So very exciting, and you know, I'm really happy to see this project move forward. All right, so those are the 3 stories of the day. Hold on, let me get rid of that last highlight. It is 5:29. You may ask me anything you would like until 5:39, and then I'll do a couple of shout outs. Hocus Focus, I'm glad Shirley Chisholm got a stamp. Damn it, she deserves it. Chico says, what are your dinner plans tonight? I have to use some of the last of my tomato sauce. Once you open it, apparently you have to eat the rest of it in 5 days. So I'm going to have rigatoni for dinner. I'm almost done with Friends. I got a Friends monkey on my back. I gotta end this show. I'm so close. I'm in season 9. Crown Wolf says, what are you hoping to see with the Mortal Kombat trailer tomorrow? I'm hoping that it doesn't look like a Resident Evil movie. I'm scared it's going to look like a Resident Evil movie. It really looks like one. So far with those motion posters. Let's see here. Oh, I'm glad you guys like my lighting today. We have a problem in that the sunset time is changing. So I'm trying to find a good time to do the live stream so I don't have crazy light behind me. Eli says, are you freezing in New York? I'm not going to lie, it's pretty darn cold here. It was beautiful yesterday, though. Absolutely beautiful. I feel very bad for the people in Texas. It's so sad. I actually read a story about a family who had to break their belongings up so they could burn them in a fire for heat. I can't believe that's happening in 2021. Sith Rodriguez says, I wish I could ask you something, but I haven't done any homework. Don't worry about it. There'll be streams next week. I'm not going to do an Oscar prediction video, Sean Molina. There's really not any interest in those. But I will comment on the Oscar nominations when they come out on March 15th. And the Golden Globes are really close. They're February 28th. Mika says, what are your thoughts on the Constantine HBO Max show? I'm confused. Also, we've played this game with Warner Brothers before where they announced, I told you they were considering doing a Raven show or a Zatanna movie or a Raven or Zatanna movie. But where the heck is that? And then what about the Justice League Dark project that's been in development? Have they gotten rid of that and now they're doing just a Constantine show? So, and I like though that they're looking for a Middle Eastern actor. So often, there's not a lot. Hey, Mike Roland. So often they don't have enough, a lot of different ethnicities aren't getting more roles as there's a call for diversity. So for them to have on their casting announcement a Riz Ahmed type actor, although Riz Ahmed's probably like, what's wrong with Riz Ahmed? It's like what's her name? What's the name from Glow? See, she doesn't work enough. I'm already forgetting her name. Remember they were like, well, you know who we want to be on She-Hulk? Like this actress, but not her. And she's like, why not me? That's just so bad. I can't believe I forgot her name. It's Allison something, I think. Allison Brie. Man, she's got to get some work. Let's see here. Robbie says, with Mortal Kombat coming out soon, do you think we'll get a Shang-Chi trailer? That's a good question. I saw somebody putting a rumor out there that there was going to be a whole bunch of trailers in front of Raya. And there probably will be some trailers in front of Raya. But I don't know if there will be a Shang-Chi trailer. I suspect that they're going to decide. I think they're going to wait until they see what they're going to do with Black Widow, to be honest with you. I would think that. Because, I feel like why start to advertise that when they might need that date for Black Widow? Somebody asked me if I like bubble tea. Where's that comment? I want to give the person credit. Where is it? John Camara says, do you like bubble tea, Grace? I'm not against it. I don't know. Let me put it this way. I would never order bubble tea on my own, But if someone's like, hey, let's go get some bubble tea, I'll be like, okay, I'll have some bubble tea. I've had it before. I think it's funny whenever you're drinking it and like something gets sucked up the straw and you're like, oh, that's crazy. So it's fun, but I would never myself be like, I'm going to go on a bubble tea run, even though I do love iced tea. A lot of bubble tea fans here. It is very popular. Do I own any Lego, Holden? I used to. I don't have any Lego at the moment. I'm not a big fan of smoothies, Joseph, because they're a little fattening. And I also, by the way, the other reason I don't like smoothies is that I hate bananas. And that's the main ingredient in a smoothie. When Jamba Juice was really big, I used to get like their pineapple orange juice drink. That I didn't have any, I think it had a little banana in it, but the pineapple and the orange juice overpowered it. And so I couldn't taste it. I really hate bananas. Hate them. Hey, Dale Ruffin. Oh, it's going fast. It's going fast. Let's see here. Dogomania is shocked that I hate bananas. That's funny where I stopped this. Let's see. A lot of you are shocked that I hate bananas. I used to really hate barbecue until recently. Then I came to love barbecue for some reason. I'm like, this is delicious. Chesco says apples or oranges. I like apples. I don't really like either, to be honest with you. I'm more of a berry person. I'm really into blueberries and raspberries. I like grapes. I like kiwis. Let's see here. Michael knows that bananas are gross. I appreciate that. I like barbecue now. What actually got me to like it is ordering barbecue barbecue beef brisket for the Super Bowl. And I was like, this is delicious. And now I love barbecue. Javier, I'm not sure who I would cast for Wednesday. It would probably be a new actress, so they're going to have an opening casting call. Like, who knew who that guy was who plays Five on Umbrella Academy until they introduced the world to him, and now we all love him. Devin says, I'm eating a banana right now. I hope I didn't ruin it for you. I'm sorry. Sufjan says, watch along for Godzilla versus Kong. Nah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Let me see what my schedule is like. I don't know how many times I can watch it. I might have like a family event where I need to watch it there, and so I don't know if I can watch it that many times. Maybe that would mean watching it 3 times, but maybe it's that good. Let's see here. Jack Frost. Yep, lots of questions. Let's see here. Marco says, is Roger Wardell legit? You know, that's an interesting question. Last tweet that he put up, the one about Darcy Lewis, made me think that he'd lost his mind. That was so weird. And also he legitimized his account with like pictures and like a profile. It made me feel like maybe he no longer he's based out of Atlanta. So it gave me the feeling, and I don't know who Roger Wardell is, by the way, but it gave me the feeling that Roger Wardell used to work with Marvel in Atlanta, and maybe he lost his job or something, and so he's just going to continue to put out theories, maybe. And he's like, maybe I could be a scooper. But then he put out the craziest Darcy comment I've ever heard, and it made me just kind of lose all faith in Roger Wardell's tweets, to be honest with you. See here. Rodney Dollar, I will review SpongeBob early. I'm waiting for a screener. They told me that it'll come out close. They're getting the screeners out very close to release on these movies. Like, I've been in touch for Coming to America, Tom and Jerry, SpongeBob, and they're like, not yet. And I'm like, oh, really? I'm going to watch a lot of movies in the next few days. Oh, Kevin says, what did he say about Darcy? Roger Wardell said that he thought that she was maybe a member of the Shi'ar. Does anyone think it's at all possible that Darcy Lewis is a member of the Shi'ar, an alien race of bird-like creatures from the X-Men comics? I'm just waiting for you guys to catch up to me. I think Sufjan is laughing at how ridiculous it is. Yeah. Yeah, that was just such a crazy theory that I was like, I don't even know what to say to that. I like Jack Frost's super shrug. I also have a super shrug to that comment. Hey, no hate. Like, if it turns out to be true, I will tip my hat to him. I'll be like, that's an amazing scoop. Because it made absolutely no sense. I've seen some people get angry. Like, people get so angry about WandaVision stuff. Like, it's crazy. And someone was like, oh, it's not going to be anything about Mephisto. All that hell stuff is a misdirect. And I'm like, do you know how angry people are going to be if it's that level of a misdirect where they just drop all the hell clues? I mean, you can't have, hey, MSI Dragon, you can't have people putting together a mystery and then be like, oh, psych, half of the clues I gave you are fake. And you'd just be like, what? So I just don't think that there's any way that that's a misdirect. I don't know where Dottie is, Marco. Maybe we'll find out this week. I'm very excited for this week's episode. That's right, Holden. People are very upset about Pietro. Even though, what was it? The Funko Pop had him as Pietro Maximoff. And everybody was like, they've never used quotations before. And some people were still like, yeah, he's totally, he still must be Pietro. He's not Pietro. It's like so obvious. All right, so anyway, yes, it is 5:39. Thank you very much for pointing that out to me. I'll do a couple of shout-outs. So if you'd like a shout-out, tell me what you're up to. What are you doing? Are you eating anything? Are you watching anything? Or what are you doing this evening? I would love Aaron Taylor Johnson to show up, Sean Turner. I think that he might. Oh, Brett is having some soda in Kansas. Aren't you in the middle of like the polar vortex? Stay warm. Patrick Derling is eating sushi in Toronto. That sounds delicious. Patrick Brown is painting in Frozen, Arkansas. Oh, what are you painting? Like artistically, or are you like doing some work around the house? Let's see here. MJC says, hi there, drinking beer and watching Catfish in a moment. Oh, that sounds fun. Anna is, hey Grace, I'm eating an ice cream sandwich and doing homework in Indiana. Hello. Let's see here. Tyler Marquis is having a post-depression pizza. Pizza is often post-depression because it cheers you up. For my next food delivery, I'm getting some delicious DiGiorno pizza. DiGiorno pizza has really gotten me through this pandemic. Let's see here. Sith Rodriguez says, Jody has to be another witch. You mean Dottie? I don't know what Jody you must be speaking of. Let's see here. Kevin says, going to read comics tonight in Montreal. Me too! I got my comics today. I still haven't read the ones from yesterday. Dancing Dog 60 says, feeding my cat turkey and gravy in Boston. Your cat must be very happy right now. TJ Williams says, strumming my guitar in upstate New York. Oh, that sounds really nice. Eat to Stay Polite says, snowball fight after this stream. I love that. Eli says, eating a granola bar in New Orleans, procrastinating. I've been there. I had to get up so early so I didn't miss that Cruella trailer this morning. And I had a really hard time falling asleep last night. It wasn't even that difficult. I just couldn't make myself go to sleep. I was like, you know how it is. You get sucked into the internet. I saw a really funny cartoon where someone was like, all done with my work at 11:30. I could either go to bed or look at my iPad and get sucked into it for the next 3 hours and totally ruin tomorrow. And I was like, I feel you, buddy. Chico says, about to see the sunset going down. Oh, that's sweet. Evan Moore says, eating dinner, then going to the library for a long night of studying. Good luck. Be safe. First exam of the semester is tomorrow. Well, I have faith that you'll be ready. Joey says, drinking wine in Berlin. Let's see. Joey says, how much TV do you watch for fun after covering so much for us? I watch a lot. Like, friends, but after I finish this Friends thing, I'm going to take a break because it's really sucked up my life. I've been enjoying it so much, but it's kind of become like it's taken over my life. Next, I'm going to watch, I got the screeners for Incredible, the Amazon animated series from Seth Rogen based on the Robert Kirkland comic. So I'm very excited to watch that. So that's what I'm going to watch next. Also, all these movies that are coming up. Ari says, as always, enjoying the stream in London. Ah, that makes me so happy. Oh, let's see here. Someone says Deadline just confirmed the Constantine show. Where is that? I don't even... Oh, yeah, Deadline just confirmed the Constantine show and even gave a writer. Oh, that's great. So we'll probably be reporting on that soon. Let's see here. Roy says, researching the format emojis used. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Fidel says, just went out into the snow to have a photo shoot with Vision in Memphis. Oh, it's going to be adorable. And Holden Stamper says, binging Jessica Jones and bundled up on a snow day. Oh, yeah, most of the country's having a snow day. Some of you having a fun snow day. Some of you, unfortunately, are having a horrific one. I hope everybody stays safe. All right, everybody, I better get going back to work. I will see you all in the next live stream on Friday at 3 a.m. Oh, it's going to be good times. I can't wait. All right, have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody.